Okay, guys. Well, I'm so excited that y'all are able to join us tonight. My name's Crystal Jackson, and I have the opportunity to be the executive director of our amazing team. I love working with each of you, and this is something new that we're going to be doing one time a month. That's it. And I'm not very creative, so I just decided to call it Q&A with Kay so that we could actually differentiate it from everything else that we provide. So that's the only reason that it's called this, and if you have another creative idea, I'd love to hear it, but for now, it's Q&A with Kay. So I have a few different questions that y'all want to talk about. So I'm just going to go through those, and we can see what other ideas spur from the comments, additional questions, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I know, Jenna, you wanted to know about quick ways to bring up in conversation with people outside of our circles, because we don't want to sound like a used car salesman, right?
Right.
Yes. Right. Okay. So if y'all are out and about, do you ever have that moment where you feel like, I really want to say something? I really, really want to say something, but I don't. Okay. So I honestly oh, there's Jenna. Yay. Awesome.
Right.
Okay. So it's really about changing your mindset to, I'm not a used car salesman. I'm talking about something that I'm passionate about. And when I'm passionate, I'm not pushy. Does that make sense as the starter?
Yeah.
Okay. Because if we go into it with the mindset that I'm being pushy, that's all that will ever be in your mind. And it will eventually be how you come across, versus if you're going in with, I am so excited. I absolutely love what I have to offer, and I know they're going to love it too. Then that's completely different. I'm just looking for a sale from this person. I really want to help them, whether it's a certain product or I really want to help them save money. So, for example, when I was at the grocery store and I actually reached out to someone who was standing in front of me in the aisle at Kroger, and they were going to be they were looking at the products, like the kitchen products that Kroger has just right there on one of the aisles. And I saw her look at it and walk away, and I had that feeling like, say something. She's looking at kitchen products. How much easier does it get, Crystal? So I did. I followed her in my little cart down to the end of the aisle, and I was like, excuse me. And she said, yes, can I help you? And I was like, I was just wondering, I saw you looking at the products back there. Were you looking for something in particular? And she said, yeah, actually I was looking for a veggie spiralizer. Do we have one of those? Yeah, I think. And so I said, well, so I actually am with Pampered Chef. Have you ever heard of it? And she's like, yeah, I have, but I don't have any Pampered Chef. So it was just very simply starting the conversation and just getting outside of my comfort zone. So when she said, I don't have any Pampered Chef, I said, well, we've been around for a really long time. And she said, well, I know about it, but they're kind of expensive, and that's why I've never bought anything. And I said, well, did you know that you can also actually host a party and get your, what you want, your wish list for free and at a discount? She's like, oh, you can? Like, she had no idea. So it's very similar conversation that we have with people all the time, at a party or something like that. It's just finding that initial conversation, so like when I know y'all probably already heard my story of going to the dentist, but I made sure that I took a host packet with me, and I just said at the end, does anybody like Pampered Chef? I just held it up in the air. And what did they do? Yes, of course. One of them was like, oh my gosh, I love Pampered Chef. And that's the common response. And so I think oftentimes we get so wrapped up in what to say that it just shuts us down. So we can just, go up. You'll probably seen me post these cards. If you haven't seen them, Sandy, I can't remember if they're in the files or what, but those little like cutouts that say $5 off your first order. I don't remember.
I think they're in the file.
Are they in the files? Okay. So it's just like this little coupon that somebody else created, and I put my information on the back of it. So when I'm at a restaurant or I'm flying through, like the grocery store or something like that, and somebody's been really, really helpful, I can just hand it to them really quick and say, oh my gosh, you were so helpful today. I'm actually with Pampered Chef. If there's ever anything you need, here's $5 off your first order. Just my information's on the back, so contact me first. And that right there opens the door for you. So if they respond with, oh my gosh, I love Pampered Chef, you naturally can just say, oh my gosh, you do? When was the last time you've been to a party? When was the last time you got something? What's your favorite tool? Number one thing, and probably the easiest, is ask questions. Ask questions. Because then you get them to talk more and you less. So you don't have to have the perfect thing to say. They are giving you every bit of information you need. And the more they talk to you about themselves, this is so weird, the more they like you. It's the weirdest thing. But the more they just like tell you and tell you and tell you, they're like, oh my gosh, I just feel like I know you.
So what do you put in your host pack that you say you carry around a packet? What's in that?
So that's just like the same thing that if someone actually is ready to book a party, or the one that I took to the dentist office that day, that's got 2 catalogs in it. It's got the sheet from home office that you can either print off or you can order. It's all about the host rewards. So like right now I'm using, let's see if I have any printed. Here we go. So you can print off this little guy from the website. So you can print this off, and I do it front and back. Or there's now the folders that you can get as well. So it has all of the information on it. These are still in the package. Excuse me. So you can do either one. So for me, I do that for the Facebook party. It's got in it, like how to have an amazing Facebook party. And then it's also got, let's see what else we got in here. We got the little Life Tastes Great, because everybody's a potential consultant. And then I've been putting these in there as well. So just a couple of extra things for them to have right offhand to pass out. Let's see, anything else? Oh, and I honestly, guys, need to work on uploading all of my host coaching stuff. It's very similar to what home office does. There's just a few extra things that are in there. So I also have this little letter. It's like, thank you for hosting a party, and it has some tips on it as well. So like our attendance goal, our sales outside orders equals more attendance, and all kinds of different stuff. So that's actually one of my things that I'm going to be working on, is getting that to y'all. So, but anyways, when you're carrying things out and about, you can carry your business cards. I love these little guys. You can order them through Merrill. It's a business card, but with a recipe. So people don't throw this away because it's got a recipe on it.
Where did you order that from?
Do what?
Where did you order that from?
It's from Merrill, our logo store.
Oh, okay.
So if you are on the website, I'm going to move y'all over here for a second. If y'all are on the website and you go under Business Center and then Logo Store, it'll take you to Merrill.
Okay.
So they're the ones that we get like our official, anything with the PC logo on them comes from Merrill. So I really like these because, in my opinion, business cards, you just gave someone something to throw away. That's my personal opinion on it. But I like them with the recipes because then I know no one's going to throw it away. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Out and about is really just when you have that gut feeling, jump on it. And you can even use, and this used to be a favorite of mine, I've been challenged, like carry the mini catalogs with you. I have been challenged to give out 10 of these this week, and I would love to give you one. Have you ever heard of Pampered Chef? They're just something very simple and easy. And it is rare that I find someone that they're like, oh my gosh, get away from me. I don't think anybody's ever said that to me. Now, they may not be very talkative. They may not give you their information. There's very possible, they're in a quick hurry, something like that. That does happen. And so, all of my info's on the back of it. But if we're talking about something, I'll just have something else in my purse. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a sheet of paper, or sometimes I have these and I just pull it out and write on the back of them. I'm like, hey, I know you're crazy busy right now. You're trying to finish your grocery run. So if you just want to write your email and phone number down on here, I'll be happy to give you a shout later. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. And you'd be surprised that they have no problem just telling you this information. So it's just that initial start. And just like anything else that we do, the more we do it, the easier it gets. And we realize that, they're not going to eat us. So Favorite thing is just asking question. Have you ever heard of Pampered Chef? Common response is yes. And then, well, what's your favorite product? When was the last time you've been to a party? Just start asking those questions, and then they're going to start giving you a little more information. So does that help for the out and about, Jenna?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have some more questions on it?
No, I don't think so. I had a thing come up yesterday at one of my tennis matches where I was talking to one of the moms, and I have all of these moms, and it's a great opportunity to talk to them, but I don't want to, I don't know. I just didn't
You don't want to be that person.
Right, exactly. So it came up in conversation with one of them, and I finally did start talking to her about it. So it went well. It's just the initial, like, getting over that uncomfortable approach of being the used car salesman. But we're really not that I feel that way, but
Yeah, it's just one of those things that I'm pretty sure almost all of us deal with it when we're new, just realizing that, you know what, it's new in my life. And when someone else is talking about something, they're going to tell me what's new in their life. And they're excited about it. If they got a new job, they just went on a trip. So it's the same for me. Like I'm now new with Pampered Chef, and I'm super excited about it. And I can't wait to share it with you guys. And, like when you've got, a lot of people like that, you could use it as an opportunity. I don't know if y'all have ever gotten together before, but say, hey, I would love the opportunity for all of us to get to know each other better. And I just got started with Pampered Chef, and I actually need some guinea pigs to practice some recipes on. Would y'all be my guinea pigs? We can hang out, drink some wine and have some food.
Yeah.
I found the more lighthearted I keep it, the more comfortable I feel, and the more comfortable other people feel too.
Yeah.
So, all right, Miss Laura. So you wanted to know about extra catalogs, what to do them after you are done with the month, correct?
Well, I just got my new packet
Because
I signed up.
Day.
Yeah, so I got the old catalogs with my kit.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some new catalogs with the new product, but I don't want the catalogs that I got that are getting ready to expire to just put on my shelf. I want to be able to utilize them before the new product comes out.
Okay. So I know that you were also mentioning a fundraiser.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the fastest way that I got rid of my extra catalogs was I booked a fundraiser really quick and gave them out to all of the kids at my daughter's Mother's Day out so that they're now in actual people's homes. Okay. But other ways that I like to utilize them if you don't have something immediately booked or you don't have, posts that are coming up in the next 2 weeks is to go out and about and dump them where you go. So like if you go to the dentist office, awesome. There's 2 of them in the waiting room.
Okay.
There's 2 of them in the waiting room. So it's ways to use it, like that. Or I don't know. Have y'all ever heard of pampering a business?
No.
No? Okay. So pampering a business. Sandy, have you done it yet?
I have not done it yet.
Okay. But you know what I'm talking about?
But I know what you're talking about.
Okay. So like making something in the brownie pan or making some kind of treat that you're pampering, taking a dessert to a business. And it can be whatever business you can think about. Like I was actually thinking about the UPS store because I'm down there a lot, just dropping my mail off to be delivered. And so them, the dentist, the doctors, Kroger knows me by name. So I was thinking about doing it with Kroger because I'm there all the stinking time. But taking it down there and just saying, you know what, I just really appreciate everything you do for our community. Or I absolutely love this doctor's office. I love the way you treat your patients, fill in XYZ that's appropriate. And I thought about, I don't know if anybody's familiar or not with Pampered Chef, but I brought some catalogs and I was going to see if, someone wanted to collect a few orders and put together a party out of it. I always bring your treats on a tray you have to go back and get. So you'll say, I'm going to leave this here for a few days so y'all can enjoy the treats. I'll be back on X day to pick it up. And then I'll pick up any orders you have. So you want to take several catalogs, 2 to 3 with you, as well as several order forms printed to start with, and then they can obviously make copies of it. But it's always good to have one person, kind of as your contact, which typically someone will be excited about it. If not, you can leave them and just see what happens. But if someone is really excited, then you can talk and say, oh my gosh, Kayla, you love Pampered Chef. Shoot, you should be the host of this. And then you can collect orders from your friends outside of Kroger. And then you can really get a lot. And then get their information, set them up as, you know, the host and all that good stuff. And you have more communication going on from there. But I find that's one of the best ways is either dumping stuff in places, in waiting rooms and things, or actually going around and pampering businesses. Does that
Okay,
help?
great. Yes, very much. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, you're welcome. And then I think our other thing, Laura, you wanted to ask about was fundraisers, how to book them.
Uh-huh.
It sounded funny, book them, Dano. I'm a nerd. Y'all don't know it really, but I'm a nerd. Okay, so on fundraisers, I know we talked about this the other day on one of the training videos, so I won't spend a whole long time on it, but just thinking of every possible avenue for a fundraiser, whether it's Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, churches, daycares, bands, cheerleading, you name it, like any of these select sports, baseball, they do a lot of fundraising as well. So pretty much just anywhere that could use it. You know, I've done one with the Alzheimer's Association. I've done one with Relay for Life. So, I mean, there are so many organizations that are constantly wanting to raise funds, and you see them all the time doing car washes and things like that. And that was another idea that Sharon Zellens shared, was when you see a car wash, right, have to get your car washed and go find out who's in charge. And then they're now your contact for getting a fundraiser. So I think did I actually share the fundraiser information? Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had to have. If somebody has seen it, then it has been shared.
So
Okay.
you
So
shared it.
for those of you that are newer in the group, I know that there's a lot of information on the Facebook page. So versus scroll, search for it. Search fundraiser.
Okay, great.
Or if you're like, I could have swore that Crystal posted something, search Crystal Jackson, and everything that I've posted or had anything to do with, my name will come up. And then you can find it easier than I hate just scrolling, because you could be there forever.
Yeah.
And then you forget what you were looking for.
Yeah, and then squirrel. So many distractions going on. So many distractions.
How do I turn my camera on?
Heather, there is at the, are you on your computer or your phone?
I'm on my computer.
On your computer. Bottom left-hand corner, if you scroll your mouse over, there should
I'm getting tickled. I didn't even know my microphone was on.
You're okay. You're okay.
I was asking my husband. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, in the lower left-hand corner of your screen, most often, that's where it is on mine. When you move your mouse down there, there's one that pops up and says Start Video.
Okay, that didn't work.
Oh, okay.
You got little.
Well, we can hear you, so maybe we'll figure it out before next time. So any other questions? Because I know we only have a few minutes left.
Nothing? Did you feed dogs?
I'm just trying to keep the energy up.
Trying to keep the energy up?
I've got, family members mostly with a real, it's just too expensive. We can't do this. The products are too expensive. And I keep saying, okay, I've been using Pampered Chef so long that I don't even remember when I purchased this item. And it's still fine. Yes. I mean, it's a case when my adult children are showing up at my house and I go into my kitchen and go, wait a minute, I know I had another oval baker. Where did that go? Because the things become adopted. So, that $15 pizza stone that I bought in college 20 some odd years ago,
yes,
is now living at a daughter's house going strong.
Yes. So I found that sometimes when you're talking to people and they're worried about the price of things, you can share with them, it's all about quality. Pampered Chef's been around for 36 years, and I meet customers and hosts all the time that still have products from about 30 years ago. So that's not something that a lot of companies can say. And if you don't want to spend that much, you can go to other retail stores and you can buy it once and then you can buy it again and again and again. So our quality stands behind itself, as well as our customer service. That's, again, not something that you get with other real retail stores. You don't get us either to actually help you. And so some people, when you share those things, it helps. Other people, it still goes in one ear and out the other, and they're still going to go buy it at another store. So my recommendation is to work on your launch list and start growing your list of new people to get out of your network.
Okay.
So we, it's a very big tendency of ours to, we start with this small little circle. We start with 5 or 10 people on our list, and we pretty much hedge our bets on those 5 to 10 people. Like, these people are going to grow my business. No, they're not. They might help you get started, but my family wasn't very helpful in the beginning. So
they are pretty negative at the moment. So I'm kind of like,
yeah, get outside your network as fast as you possibly can. And sometimes the people that you think are least likely to be a host for you will be the ones that are absolutely thrilled. They can't believe it. They've been looking for a consultant forever. And those that you thought were like surefire will surprise you and tell you no. So number one thing, when your calendar doesn't look like you want it to, you need more bookings, you go back to that launch list and grow it. 20 people, 30 people, 40 people, and more.
okay.
And if someone tells you, no, it's really not for me, I'm not interested. Okay, well, who do you know that might be interested?
Is there such a thing as a picnic party?
A picnic party? Well, that sounds fun. I haven't done that before.
I mean, with Rock Crock being able to be used on a grill,
Uh-huh.
a lot of our camping stoves and that sort of thing would be able to support it, and we would just
Absolutely.
turn tailgating into something more interesting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I've heard of a lot of tailgate parties. You could totally call it a picnic party. I mean, take the manual food processor, make some salsa, make some fajitas in the Rock Crock or something. You could, so many different options. I am working on my creativity. So others might, excel a little bit more in that area. But that sounds like a really great idea. All right, so we only have a few minutes left. Any other questions? Kaylee, you've been kind of quiet tonight. You just taking it all in?
Taking it all in.
Taking it all in. Okay, I think her and Laura that I'm aware of are the newest ones on here. I'm not sure. Who's on that's ending, phone number ending in 1293?
That's Tara Wilson.
Hey there, how are you tonight? Do you have any questions for us before we get off?
I'm good. I did not get in on the beginning, so I'm afraid you might have already answered my questions, but I'll go back and listen to everything. I was just trying to catch the end of it as I could.
That's okay. What's your question, and I'll tell you if we've already answered it.
Well, I wanted to know about some of you manage a lot of virtual parties at one time, and I just haven't worked up to that yet. I want to know if you had any tips or how do you stay focused. I seem to, start drifting on ideas, and I don't have a lot right now, but I plan to, so I want to know what your tips are to managing lots of parties at one time.
Okay, sure. So, one, make sure they all start on the same date. That is non-negotiable with me. I don't ask people when they want to start a party. I tell them what day my next set of parties is going to start on. That way they all stay on the same schedule, and it's less stressful for you because I've had them when they're a day or two apart, and that's pretty stressful because they're not all doing the exact same thing. So doing that, host coaching groups is really helpful, whether you set up a host coaching group the actual group on Facebook, or if you just have a group in Messenger where all of your hosts are in there, so you can message them all at the same time. And then I'm not sure, are you using SenseShare?
Yes.
Okay, so in SenseShare, you can select more than one party at a time for them to post in, so making sure that they're posting. And then I used to use Excel for my tracking, but I now use Google Excel, whatever it's called. I don't know, like Sheets or something. It's Google. I can't remember what it's called, but I like that to be able to track it wherever I am, because you can pull that up on your phone. and be able to add things in, and you're not having to constantly resave it or anything. And so that's how I track all of my stuff. And honestly, with all the ideas, I'm just as guilty. Like, I get so many ideas that it's hard to not want to implement all of them, but just try and look at it. Out of the 5 ideas I have right now, what do I think is the one most important one to move my business forward? To really help my virtual party or help this. I just started a brand new book, and it's called The One Thing. And I literally am 1 chapter in, but I'm so excited because it's talking about, you know, we'll make all of these to-do lists on all this different stuff that we got to do. But when you're focused on the one most important thing, you can basically like evaluate it against like everything that comes up. Does this help my one most important thing? If it doesn't, it's not that important right now. What is the next important, you know, the most important thing to do to help my one thing? And that could be my one thing is I want more parties on my calendar. Okay, is this idea going to move forward? More parties on my calendar. I want to share the business with more people. Okay, awesome. If that's your one thing, then you need to just do like a balance against everything that you want to do. Is it, I'm just going to create another picture? That's not our best use of time, but it's where we tend to go most often, are to really creative things. So, and then I'll be honest, I do now pay a virtual assistant to tally all of my parties for me. So that's not something I did in the beginning, but I do now pay someone to help with that. So if you got a teenager, give them $5 per party to tally your parties for you. Mine's an adult, so she makes more. But I do $15 per party. I do pay someone to tally my parties, and that's another reason that I use the Google, because then she can be in it, update it, and then I can be in it and update it. And we can share because that's really confusing. But I do go ahead and do that, and it's really helped as well. I can't wait till I have a teenager who I can pay and pay less, but for now, it's an adult.
Thank you. Well, I really like that idea of staying focused, because starting out, there's so many things to focus on. And so maybe if I just consider, you know, the goals, the short goals, and focus on those, that'll be helpful. And what was the name of that book you said you were reading right now?
It is called The One Thing. And so I don't have it in this room with me. No, not in this room with me. But yeah, it's called The One Thing, and I literally just started it last night because I just finished another book that was called Sandy, what is it? The 7 Decisions of Success?
Yeah.
Oh, The Traveler's Gift. That was it.
The Traveler's Gift.
Just finished that based on the 7 Decisions of Success, and it was amazing. And so one of my biggest goals this year is to read 10 minutes every day. And so I have some personal development as well, and that's the one that I just started, is The One Thing. So, all right, guys. Well, it's been about 30 minutes, and that's kind of our time frame for these calls. So I hope that y'all found this helpful, and we'll be doing this once a month. So when you see it pop up again, be sure, let's see, I'll go ahead and give you the next date. Our next one is Sunday, March 12th. You can go ahead and mark that, and at any time, if y'all think about something that you want to chat about, and I'll post a reminder like I did last time, this is for y'all. So I want to make sure that we're talking on things that are pertinent to you, and if you think of something after this, you know, post on the Making Waves team page, and we'll all help each other out.
Great.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you.
You're welcome. Okay, y'all have a great evening.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.